Random net person M asked to meet, wanted to come into town. I gave her my number. I admired her guts. She called, had an American accent, met her, a cute munchkin with a bob. Went to a bar. She said about her relationship with her teacher. Went to awful anarchist bar. Then she was staying at mine. Started bashing me. I had to restrain her. Mild version of porn film in the kitchen. Odd sex, but naked. Her lips. I was in love. I might do a sketch today. Not sure what of. An Eastie View for sure. I ended up going for the epic building on Friedrichstrasse. No chance I can draw it. This older fellow walked up to me and said, "Wonderful." He was impressed I even noticed it. I did smile. That was the best moment I've had in Berlin. I had a shower, then I went to the residence gig. They were in a tiny venue, not a hip audience. Old nerds. I spoke to a nice fellow from Greece. 3 guys came on wearing masks, a bit Mighty Boosh. I was a bit disappointed. Then the magic started. It was like being in Twin Peaks. An alternative universe opened and they were dancing in it. Some of the lyrics were insane. The Shadowlands was the theme. The song that cracked me up, 2 boys at the zoo and tigers eating them. She came round looking gorgeous. Skinny jeans, black hat. She was manic and cute. Went to get beer and sat by the river. I think I told her to do a PhD. The moon looked amazing. It was cold. Back to mine, we listened to music. Then she said I had beautiful hands. Well, all hell broke loose. Then sex. What a sexy body. We only had 1 condom. She loves a sex, so ... We didn't really sleep. Got food. Croissants for her eating disorder. She slept with 6 dudes in 4 months. Such a whore. She let her guard down and said, "Let's go for it." I knew she would say, but she didn't want a relationship. Wanted to take her home, but didn't. We slept at some point. She looked so beautiful sleeping. The weather's perfect. Out to Pankow for printing. Walked out to Pankow. This girl said, "Get the U back to the Alex, then out to Wannsee." I did on the M4 tram. Was glad to make it. So Julian printed 50 blue squares on the white paper. It was a perfect colour. Then her fella turned up and started playing jazz. So the images were clearly on the screen. The white worked. It was damn perfect. Just how I imagined it. Got the bus back into town. Went to Paul's studio. Met Zara and the sound guy. She wanted a story, but for some reason I went into the emotional feelings of being used and kicked in the guts. Who knows if she will use it? I'm sure it's not just me. Found Bauhaus, got a brush and a tray for painting. Sorted. Back home, saw Tegel Airport. Carry much? Funny and old. Someone shouted Auslander from a car and I laughed. Woke up, no work, had coffee, had a shower and put my cycling stuff on. There was no rush and no plan. Cycled to Kopernik, then out to the next town about 50 miles away. Most of the cycle was through forests. Then I was on the St. James pilgrimage route, open fields and windmills. Past Helensee, an amazing looking lake with sand. Somehow I got to Frankfurt Oder, a tiny town, very easty, weird dystopian. Walked across the bridge to Poland. There was duty-free cigarette shops, no hipsters, very doom and average looking people. So the first bombshell, after she met me, she was with some German guy for 2 days. Her ex is Josh. When I laughed about the word painful, she chucked a beer mat at me. She lives in a room with her landlady and a kid, all insane but brilliant. Chatted till 12, then she came round mine. Beer and chat. Eating disorder, cutting, dramatic relationships. She's funny. Took her home at 4. Didn't want to leave her. We saw a fox. So, up to the Neukölln Club in a cellar. Put up the canvas. Painted a blue square which I drew buildings over. Had a candle for light. Met some cool people. A Japanese guy. A German guy brought a sketch. Another told me I couldn't draw. And at the end of the night asked for my number. Spoke to a 22-year-old Venezuelan. Kissed her. A total idiot. Was in love with Nathan from the Same Heads bar. Woke up and had a coffee. There's no life in this building. So going to see Nico's grave in the Grunwald Forest. I wonder why she's buried there. So, cycled out via zoo. It was cold. But that side of the city is empty. No hipsters. Was great. So, got to Grunwald. It looks like a Brothers Grimm story. The graveyard was tiny and eerie. With the wooden crosses, I think for suicides. Her grave was tiny and sad, with sunglasses and tickets on it. I told her to look after Marie and Grandad. So met the Mexican at West Haven Station. Went to a brewery. She drank a lot, was funny, fucked up ex-drama. She was so a version of Heidi. Her musician ex now seeing a 20-year-old hipster, all obvious expat stuff. Her face and doom looked beautiful. She worked in a massage place as a check-in girl. She didn't kiss bye. I did wake up laughing. The character, also a photographer. Sent my OkCupid Facebook woman a message. Met outside Zonanali station. We sat in a bar till 12 odd. She's amazing, crazy as hell. The conversation, she worked in shipping containers for 20 years. Had a kid which the father got for 7 years after a court case. Her violent dad and enjoyment of hurting people. She had a relationship for a year and was seeing other people. She's amazing. We would be a disaster. In the middle of our crazy conversation, we saw a fox in the street. Had a shower. Got my cycling stuff on. Spandau, Potsdam in a bit. It was perfect weather. I think it was nice to escape. Got to Spandau, then across on a tiny country lane. It looked like France. I saw an old guy dropping off his daughter. Then she blew me a kiss, and I realized she was a hooker. In the middle of nowhere, for so Berlin. So, cycled up to Wedding and sketched the Bayer building. It took ages, but came out well. I had a wander down the high street. It's like Neukölln used to be. I had a baked potato with Russian salad. It was awesome and huge. The police pulled over to check out a car at the bus stop. With the heavies, the drug squad, the guy in the car was very cool. He was a gangster or a drug dealer. Had a shower, started the Jeep, moved it round the corner, put the surfboard etc. in the Jeep. It was easy to get to Moaby. There is a turning that goes to Wedding. Put stuff in the flat, it's huge. Got the key. No neighbours. Back to Neukölln, had Turkish eggs for breakfast and Drew Gotti. Went into a gallery near Checkpoint Charlie. He bought 2 prints and is going to try and sell them online. I'm a contemporary artist. Up to Neukölln, prints up in the Same Heads. On the way, had coffee in a Spanish place. He said I can have a show there. Right, so walked to the print gallery in Prenzlauberg via the Alex. It was the same woman working there. She wasn't impressed with yesterday, but she took the prints. They're going for €40 each. I get 20. Rock on. There was a market on, so I thought I'd see the American guy. Jesus. I thought he was joking about me bragging until I got home and I got the idiot message on Facebook. It's too pathetic, but it's okay for me to buy his work when I'm not that deluded. Got the U-train to the Warsaw-Strasse stop. Went to the Comic-Con thing at the Urban Spree. It was really good. Met a few artists, bought a few postcards. Brilliant printers and a cool girl that had tapes and a comic book thing. A very clever idea. Then met a guy doing a comic. We swapped prints and signed them. It was brilliant. Got a pencil from the art shop. Had an interesting conversation with a sketcher. Then the woman behind the counter mentioned my coat and chatted about the colour blue. She said it was a secret colour. Wandered up to Prenzlauberg, asked a few places if they would like any of my prints. No's. Then went into a print gallery, was talking to a couple from Copenhagen with a kid. They brought the lot, €25, rock on. So my Berlin prints are in Copenhagen. Got home, that woman was working in a South American bar. She didn't explain it, so I thought I was going to a party. It was the first scary Easty Street. She looked amazing, but was weird. She didn't talk to me. Spoke to a few people, weird expats, reminded me of Puerto Rico. In the end, I just left. Felt angry as fuck. Then got the train to Rostock-Strasse. Got the U, changed at wedding, 2 stops, and spoke to a nice guy on the way. The flat's huge, high ceilings. Cash on Saturday, then I get the keys and the contract. Got a coffee down the road in an Italian place, no hipsters. Moby, the whole area, is so much more relaxed, not as wanky as Neukölln. Drew Zonanelli station, not bad, but missed the details. Thought I walked past Tricky, so the artist woman texted, arranged to meet. She looked like a painter. Had a fun conversation. I knew she wasn't interested, but what a life. Abused by her father, has an 8-year-old, lives on Weststrasse, hates him. Got tracing paper from the art shop and pens. Got an amazing peanut soup from the African place. Home, traced 4 sketches. They look pretty good. Read most of the George Eliot book. She's such a good writer. Was nearly weeping for hours. So it was snowing. Got the S train to Funkerturn in West Berlin, where the bus station and the tower that looks like Tokyo Tower is. Met the people making the sci-fi porn film. I had to put on a white boiler suit. The whole thing was fantastic ham. There was a blonde police girl in jeans arresting people. Went to the show, was brilliant. Spoke to Julian's friend, a designer. She went to college with her. It was nice to hear about Berlin in the past. Met Julian's ma from Paris and her husband. What does Berlin have to offer? Fuck all. My records. Sad face. Still was stupid to bring all this stuff. I was doing well in Ireland. Maybe in Italy I could do well. Here, what will I do? Even with cheap rent, make lots of interesting artist friends? No idea why Berlin 2259. It will never be found on Google. Fingers crossed Saatchi Gallery put an image on the website. Went into town, no sale on eBay, weep. So who's going to sell my fucking work? Punk statement. Got breakfast, then funny crazy, an almond croissant up her, then eating it. I stand more chance becoming a famous artist than meeting a woman. Skated in Tempelhof-Feld. Wanky people. I love the area, but they're fucking it up. I cycled to Poland, so home, not going clubbing. Went to the club. You have to, it's Easter. It was snowing, saw idiot gay guy. Of course they were the neighbours. I was rather rude, said, have a good fuck. The Spanish DJ kissed me on the cheek. She played an amazing track. I loved the DJs. I felt zero for humanity. It was great.